Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. There's been a lot of talk these last few days on the young and the restless of Damien's mysterious business partner, Aristotle Dumas. Somehow, Damien went from a 16-year-old runaway with nothing to his name to an incredibly successful businessman running this man's companies. The problem is, no one seems to know anything about Aristotle. Victor's got Michael on the case, as there's not even so much as a photo to prove this man's existence. And that has us pretty sure that Aristotle Dumas is a totally made-up identity. After all, you don't name your company Monte Cristo Investments just for the fun of it. The Count of Monte Cristo is a very well-known novel with a very specific story. It's about a man who's arrested and tossed into jail over fake charges arranged by his romantic rival, a jealous co-worker, crewmate because they worked on a ship, and corrupt judge. He educated himself, eventually escaped after many years imprisoned, found a fortune, and used it to create a new identity, the Count of Monte Cristo, which he used to get revenge. The writer of the Count of Monte Cristo, of course, was Alexander Dumas, which is just a step or two away from Aristotle Dumas, and, since this is Genoa City, the only real questions are, what is Aristotle's real identity, and who is he looking to get revenge on? Was he an old romantic rival of Victor's, who the mustache ruined back in the day? Was he tossed into prison thanks to Michael back in his early villain days? Was he a rising star in Jabot back when Neil was starting out in Blame, who lost his job and blames the late Winter's patriarch? Or maybe Jack cut him loose from Jabot for some reason, derailing his career aspirations. And there's the fact that just as Aristotle's name starts getting bandied around, someone kidnaps Sharon and Phyllis for reasons unknown. More mysterious revenge or just a coincidence? There are plenty of possibilities, but one thing you can bet is that Aristotle has some deep ties to folks in Genoa City beyond Damien. And we've got a few ideas of who could play him. If the show wants to play more directly into history, they could bring Phil Morris back, and Aristotle could be the wealthy alter ego of Tyrone Jackson. He went undercover back in the 80s to take down Genoa City mobster Joseph Anthony. And while undercover, Tyrone convinced Nate Hastings to turn on his mob boss, turn over a new leaf, and start a new life in Genoa City. The two even vied for Amy's heart before Nate ultimately won, and Tyrone left town forever. Or did he? Or, if we want someone with a connection to Young and Restless, but who could play a new character, there's David Lee Russick, who, about a quarter century ago, played Scene Bridges, Jabot's web designer who nearly wooed Jill. Scene wouldn't have a lot of reason to return, but Russick, who also did stints on Another World and Guiding Light, could always bring a new character to Genoa City with a familiar face, and since we mentioned Guiding Light, what about Ron Raines? The show had a ton of success with Robert Newman, until Ashland went off the rails. And Springfield's Alan Spaulding was a ruthless mogul who could be the perfect template if Aristotle isn't on the up, and up on the other hand, Peter Perros won acclaim for his nearly decade-long portrayal of Dr. Ben Harris on As the World Turns, and did stints on Santa Barbara, One Life to Live, and even, in the 80s, Young and Restless. Not to mention countless soapy primetime roles like Tyler Perry's The Haves and The Have-Nots. We can't imagine someone who could play a better mentor to take Haven, a young Damien, under his wing. Hey, Aristotle doesn't have to have nefarious motives. What are your thoughts? Should the folks in Genoa City be wary of the mysterious Aristotle? Is it someone we may already know? For decades, The Young and the Restless has revolved around the legendary power struggle between Victor Newman and Jack Abbott, two titans who have shaped Genoa City's business and social landscape. But times are changing. In a shocking new development, the soap's producers have teased the arrival of a new corporate mogul, one who threatens to shake up everything fans thought they knew about Newman Enterprises, Jabba, and the hierarchy of power. Even more intriguing, this mysterious new player may not be so new after all. Rumors are swirling that the incoming tycoon will have a very familiar face, setting the stage for one of the biggest shakeups Valladar has seen in years. Could an old enemy be returning? Is a presumed dead character making a shocking comeback? Or is Genoa City about to be rocked by a long-lost relative with revenge on their mind? A new challenger in Genoa City. Ever since the news broke that The Young and the Restless was introducing a new business mogul, fans have been buzzing with speculation. For years, Victor and Jack have dominated Genoa City's corporate world, battling for supremacy in countless high-stakes power struggles. Victor's iron grip over Newman Enterprises and Jack's determination to keep Jabba in the Abbott family have created some of the most compelling rivalries in soap history. But now sources close to the show hint that a fresh face is coming to town, one with the wealth, influence, and strategic mind to rival both men. This new tycoon isn't just a passing threat or a temporary nuisance. No, this is a force to be reckoned with, someone who could permanently alter the balance of power in Genoa City. Executive producer Josh Griffith has remained tight-lipped about the character's identity, but teased in a recent interview. We wanted to introduce someone who isn't just another businessman, but a true wildcard. This person has deep connections to Genoa City, and their arrival will send shockwaves through both the corporate world and the personal lives of some of our most beloved characters. A familiar face, but who? The biggest twist, the new mogul isn't a complete stranger. According to inside sources, Valladar fans will recognize this person the moment they step onto the scene. But how? Here are some of the most tantalizing possibilities. 1. A resurrected legend. Soap operas have never shied away from bringing back the dead, and The Young and the Restless is no exception. Could the new tycoon be a supposedly deceased character returning to reclaim their rightful place? One name that immediately comes to mind is Tucker McCall. Played by Trevor Street John, Tucker has had a rocky history in Genoa City, and his ties to both the Newmans and the Abbotts make him a prime candidate for a major comeback. He's disappeared before, and his business dealings have always been shrouded in mystery. If Tucker were to return with a newfound empire and a score to settle, it could spell disaster for Victor, Jack, and even Ashley. Another possibility, Cole Howard. Last seen decades ago, Cole was once a major player in Victoria's life. Could he have spent the last few decades building a corporate empire, only to return to Genoa City with a secret agenda? 2. An Abbott or Newman nobody saw coming. Family drama is the heart of Valladar, and nothing shakes things up like the emergence of a long-lost relative. If the new mogul is a familiar face, could they be a secret Abbott or Newman? What if John Abbott had another child no one ever knew about? A sibling who grew up in the shadows, biding their time before stepping forward to claim their stake in Jabbat. Or perhaps Victor, known for his complex past, has another heir waiting in the wings, one determined to take down Adam, Victoria, and even Victor himself. Fans have long speculated about a secret Newman lurking somewhere in the world. Maybe now is the time for them to emerge, ready to challenge Victor's empire in ways no one expected. 3. A familiar face with a new identity. Could the new mogul actually be a recast version of a beloved character? Soap operas frequently revive old characters with new actors, and Valladar has done it plenty of times. If the producers wanted to surprise audiences, they could be bringing back a character from the past with a fresh face and a new sense of purpose. Perhaps it's Philip Chancellor II, alive and well after all these years, having built a corporate empire under a new name. Maybe it's a recast version of Ryan McNeil, returning to Genoa City with a business portfolio that could rival even Victor's. What this means for Genoa City's power struggles. One thing is clear. This newcomer won't just be making business deals. They'll be stirring up trouble in every corner of Genoa City. For Victor, this means a direct challenge to Newman Enterprises' dominance. He's used to fending off Jack, Adam, and Victoria. But is he ready for an entirely new adversary? Victor thrives on control, but if someone steps in with resources and a cunning mind to rival his own, he could be facing his greatest threat yet. Jack, on the other hand, may find himself facing an even bigger dilemma. If the new mogul has ties to the Abbott family, will he see them as an ally or a rival? And if they set their sights on Javad, could it push Jack to make alliances he never imagined? Perhaps even with Victor himself. Ashley, Devon, and even Lily could also find themselves caught in the crossfire. If the new mogul has business interests in Chancellor Winters, things could get messy fast. And what about the younger generation? Kyle, Summer, Adam, and Victoria are all fighting to carve out their own paths. Will this newcomer be a mentor, a rival, or something far more dangerous? A game changer for the young and the restless. The arrival of this new business mogul signals a thrilling new chapter for the young and the restless. While Victor and Jack's rivalry has been legendary, every empire eventually faces a new threat. This time, the battle for Genoa City's corporate throne is about to get more intense than ever. Fans are already speculating wildly, and with good reason. Whoever this new character is, they're not just here for a brief power play. They are here to change the game. The only question is who will be left standing when the dust settles. So who do you think is stepping into the spotlight? Is it a long-lost Newman, a resurrected legend, or someone we never saw coming? One thing's for sure, Genoa City will never be the same. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Update World 24 YouTube channel for more update news.